Hello and welcome to Pctv. I'm Ella Straber.
And I'm Dean Wood. We're so pleased you're joining us. Here's a look at what's coming up in today's show.
First up, how the campus is breaking tension and rekindling community.
Next, a sit-down interview with the new student body president and vice president.
Then, final projects and lasting impacts, a spotlight on the last senior capstones of the year.
And finally, a retrospective look at Dance Prod and what it means to be the students who participate. First, the student presidential elections began a wave of division amongst the student body.
Now that the tension has died down, PRIN is focusing on rebuilding and connection and community. I went to speak to some of the students to get their perspective on these recent events.
Election season at PRIN has caused a strange surge of discourse across campus. From petitions being made on multiple topics to hurtful comments and discussions on the app Yik Yak and PRIN app. This uproar caused the college president, Dr. Megan Madden, and the current student government to send a mass email spreading the word of unity and kindness. There was also a community lunch held to create a space of open dialogue to break the ice on these tough discussions and to help people find common ground. With these controversial topics, we wanted to get students' opinions on how they felt during this time and to see where they think these problems are now.
I think there was a lot of miscommunication that kind of happened during it, and I feel like things were taken out of context a lot. But I do think that there were a lot of points that were made that were, good, and I feel like we didn't cover them very well. I think that also played a huge part in people's anger because questions weren't fully answered or they were just kind of not answered correctly.
At least from the belonging and community perspective, I know it's been addressed. The belonging and community office has been interested in improving the situation with the students and sort of the atmosphere in PRIN and following the elections. So far, I would say he's doing a great job collaborating with other offices around campus to host events for community building and networking in general for students. And also just being interested in asking around people what they feel, and I do think the situation has improved since the election day.
I do think that having a lot of people interact and share their opinions meant that people were engaged, that they were paying attention to what was going on. I consider that there were different interpretations of who could run and who could not run for either student body president or vice president, and that needed some review of the wording in the Constitution and the language being used. After Amarachi and I decided to talk through it and have a definition of what we thought made a person eligible to run for presidency, that's when we released a statement, and people were receptive to it and we were happy with the engagement.
While this year's student election sparked a noticeable division across campus, there has been a clear shift towards healing and rebuilding that sense of togetherness.
I also had the opportunity to sit down with the new student president-elect, Rania Bukowski, and vice president, Sarah Smith, and started by asking what they thought of the atmosphere surrounding the election.
So I did expect some backlash. I also know that some of my opinions are controversial amongst the students on campus. I was honestly disappointed the way that it turned out. Obviously, I was sad. I'm also just a human being, right? I could feel the hate and anger that people directed towards me. I did cry a lot during that time. And I also think it shows that a lot of people if we want to divide it into sides, which I think might not be accurate, but from both sides or a lot of different groups on campus feel unheard. In the end, a lot of people put a lot of trust in Sarah and me, and we got elected, right? But at the same time, we do not want to lose the people and the people's trust that did not vote for us.
It was really intense at first. Probably for the 3 years that I've been here, it's been the most energetic I've seen. People around PRIN being involved in campus student government, really wanting to run, and just like the energy. It was a good fight, I would say, and I've never seen that before, at least in my 3 years here.
How are you going to promote unity on campus?
I think, honestly, what we want, like what we're standing for, the themes that we're running with, will benefit all students. And I think that in itself is promoting unity, right? We also actively invited people to participate in our student government, and some did respond to that positively, others did not. I don't know.
Well, for unity, I think that's probably like the main core of our theme. We're here for students. That was like our slogan. I think just being involved, I'll speak for myself, like I do like love socializing with people from every type of background, and whatever you're really doing, I'm just interested in it. I think just finding a way to bring people together, because Print offers such a variety of people from everywhere really in the world, and I think we're trying to find a way to balance that.
And what are your goals for next semester?
We want to address the dining concern, so that was definitely on our sheet of what we wanted to achieve, because I think that's probably the most complaints that we've heard. We ourselves are students and we've been affected by it. So definitely dining. And did you want to talk on?
Yeah, I think academic burnout was another topic on spring break. I did have some preliminary conversations about that, and I know people think it's different, right? We don't want to make false promises, but I think it's important to consistently keep trying. I do think that we are known for being persistent and disciplined, both of us are, and I think the administration at Principia does know that too, so I think it will hopefully foster a good work relationship that we can build on.
Next, the Interfaith Fellows Program is new on campus this year and aims to support interfaith dialogue and bridge building within the student body.
Principia College received a $10,000 grant from Interfaith America to get it started. We've been speaking to Roger Gordon, who started the program, and two of the students who have been taking part this year.
The purpose for me in wanting to do this work is really to help build more bridges between our students and break down some of the barriers that from where I sit, where I've seen this is my 4th year in this job, and I've seen there's kind of this dynamic, in my opinion, of here's our Christian Science students and here's everybody else, and there's kind of this wall in the middle.
Okay, what initially inspired me to join the interfaith team was I had reached out to Roger at the beginning of the semester, and I was interested in what avenues or programs or different opportunities he had for students who were interested in getting more spiritually connected with the student body.
Being part of interfaith conversations there are many levels to that, and there are many things that you're navigating. And one of them is being vulnerable, especially being vulnerable to the person you're talking to.
Senior capstone presentations are wrapping up, showcasing months of hard work and creativity across campus. We're highlighting a few standout projects that reflect the range of ideas and dedication from this year's graduating class.
While we take a closer look at these select presentations, many more seniors are also sharing their final projects this week. Josh Bayless reports.
Senior capstone presentations are giving students the chance to showcase the projects they've spent months creating before graduation. From creative work to research-based ideas, each project reflects something personal to the student behind it. I spoke with two seniors about the inspiration, challenges, and meanings behind their final presentations. These capstones started with an idea or a personal experience, and here's why.
The idea that inspired my capstone is fostering understanding of different perspectives in general, because sometimes it's easy for us, including myself, to judge decisions made by people, not recognizing that there are systems or hierarchies that might have influenced why they made such decisions. So the whole idea of anything being black and white goes out the window, because in reality, a lot of decisions we make are not black and white.
And it started last semester when I was writing a lot of poetry actually and reading a lot of philosophy, and so I found it productive for me to read philosophy and kind of write as a response to the things that I was reading.
Also, these projects came with challenges.
Another thing that I would say was challenging within the capstone itself was figuring out blocking, trying to figure out what is more optimal to the story that I feel like the scene is telling from my perspective.
A lot of the times, on one side is just finding the time, the inspiration to do it. You know, it's like everything else. You gotta be really constant with it, and you know, I wrote a lot of things, and maybe, you know, like 25% of everything I've written in the past 6 months is in that capstone, you know, because then you gotta like pick out what's working and discard some things that are maybe not working or just not right for this project that I might use later. That was a challenge for sure.
These students hope their audience took something away from their project.
I would hope that everyone who watched my play was left thinking, and I want people to sit down, to have a space to sit down and be like, about that? What does it make me feel? What do I understand about this? How do I relate to this situation? Just trying to be pensive, to think, to have a space to just take it in.
I hope that maybe, you know, I think the ultimate goal of any form of art is to inspire people to do their own thing, you know? And so, I mean, I don't hope that people listen to my things and are like, oh, I want to make music now. Maybe not, it's not that, but it's just, you know, I think playing a sport can be an artsy thing, even though it's not immediately perceived that way, you know? So hopefully people can feel inspired to go out and do something on their own.
I'm Josh Bayless. This is PCTV.
Well, for many students, there's just one more week to go before they graduate after 4 years at Principia.
So, we wanted to get the thoughts of a few of them about their time here and what they plan to do next. Paige Olette joins us live now. Paige?
I'm here with two seniors, Ethan Booth and DeWitt John McCumbie, who I'm going to ask a few questions about how Principia has shaped their lives. DeWitt and Ethan, how are we today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Can you tell me a little bit about how Principia has shaped your life?
Yeah, I mean, it's about the relationships and the connections I've built in this community. You know, new friends, meeting new people, and just, you know, those connections and lessons that are going to last, you know, way beyond college and are about more than just schooling, you know?
I mean, for me, it was more of having a space to create. You know, you have all those buildings where you can access equipment, especially for video production or photography or art in general. And also you have like enough time to practice and, you know, improve. So that was mainly it.
What has been your favorite experience here?
Oh, man. I think it's meeting my fiance. I mean, I don't know if that's experience, but that's definitely like the highlight of my time is, you know, finding the love of my life here.
So my highlight was a capstone project, which was I had to work with a lot of students, and at the same time I had to understand what it means to direct a film and also go through all those different stages and steps. And I think it's been a very enriching moment for me. Yeah.
And what is one word that you would use to describe your time here?
Uplifting.
Word.
Just word?
You know, when people say word,
Mm-hmm.
just word.
And if you could do it all over again, would you?
Yeah, I think I would.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Paige. It's been almost a month since the curtains closed on this year's dance production, yet the memories have stayed with students across campus.
In this retrospective, Claudia Clava looked into why this annual April tradition continues to mean so much.
Dance prod has meant everything to me in these last 4 years. I look forward to it every year, and being in dance prod is where I've grown the most, and this experience is what I'm going to tell my kids one day, what I'm going to tell my family for the rest of my life.
I think one of my favorite times is always in the last couple of days leading up to our opening night of Dance Prod. It's really chaotic because we're all there for several hours doing our last tech runs, but it's so much fun to get to chat with other people, hang out, and I feel like that's the time when we're always the closest, and I always get to know people a lot better.
I think just the act of dancing, it kind of makes you have such an awareness of your body and of yourself and the space that you're occupying. It kind of makes you more, not only makes it you more aware of it, but it also just kind of makes you feel like you have more power over it, and you feel more confident and you feel more present. So I think it helped me be more present and be more myself.
I like dance because I feel the most beautiful when I'm moving, and the community that dance brings together makes me feel loved and a part of something bigger.
Well, before we close out this episode of Pctv, we'd like to give a heartfelt thank you to Tim Backshaw, who has made all of this a possibility. Thank you so much, Tim.
All right, Tim's been with us for 2 years. He feels like family now. It's kind of hard to believe that it's been only 2 years. We've come to love him in so many ways, especially when he practices his American accent on us. He still has a little work to do, but he'll get there. But we love his compassion, his humor, his energy that he's brought to the department. He's pushed students to think more critically, to communicate more clearly, and to do it with an eye for being a professional. And we really appreciate that. And he's blessed us all. And we wish him so much fun and joy in his next steps, but this is always home for you, Tim. We hope to see lots of you in the future. We love you. Congratulations on your next steps, and thank you so much for spending so much time with us.
Well, Tim, I'm really grateful for all of the work I've gotten to do with you, all of the classes, all of the learning, and you gave me the opportunity to push myself and look for a really high level and quality of work, and I feel like you've opened up opportunities for me that I never knew I could have or that I even knew I wanted, and you've shown me something that I really enjoy. Fingers crossed, hopefully I see you at the monitor. I'm really looking forward to hopefully being there with you, and congrats. I hope you have a great time there.
Thank you so much, Tim, for having me in PCTV last semester. I learned so much, and I loved the gentle encouragement and the care you gave me. I grew a lot in my skills during that time, and you're also just an amazing person, like in the classroom and outside, and it was always lovely to bump into you and like talk about things and get to learn more about you.
Here he comes, Tim Backshaw, coming into bowl. Well played by Sky O'Brien. Tim, it's been great having you on campus, from the cricket field in Crafton to working with you in the Centre for the Narrative, Meaning and Media. We're going to miss you. You've blessed so many students during your time here, and just want to wish you all the best for what's next.
Tim, it's been such a joy to work with you these last couple of years, and we're just so grateful for everything that you've contributed to the digital media and journalism department. PCTV has been on fire. The students are creating really great packages and presenting, and I love the professionalism that you've brought to PCTV, and we hope to continue like what you've started with that, but we will definitely be missing your on-the-spot support and just the way you have mentored students to create really amazing work. It's been such a joy to witness and to see you in action, and we're gonna miss you here. We know the Monitor is really lucky to get you, and so we just hope you stay in touch, and you're always welcome. So thank you again so much. It's been so fun.
Tim, I just want to share my gratitude for getting the opportunity to take your broadcast journalism class. I feel like I've grown so much as a videographer and just having a better understanding of broadcast journalism in general, and the skills that I learned in that class will definitely take me far outside of college, and I wish you the best as well as your family. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Tim, for coming and working here for 2 years. I've really enjoyed getting to know you more on a personal level, and also how you have really pushed all of your students to become better. And one really fun memory is whenever we were watching our blooper reel in broadcast journalism class, and you were laughing the hardest out of anyone there. And I'll miss your presence, and I hope you have a great time with the rest of your life.
Hi Tim, thank you so much for everything you've done for Prin since you've been here. I've only been here last semester and this semester, but you made my time here so special and so fun. This is the first time I've gotten to like use cameras like that and be an anchor, and PCTV was such a great, memorable experience for me. So thank you for making it what it was, and we'll miss you, and good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Oh, you're all lovely.
Oh my god, I can't believe like you're not going to be here next year, but you will continue to live through us with everything that you have taught us. I will say I was kind of unsure with what I wanted to do in my life, but with your help, I feel as though I know what I want to do, and I wouldn't be here without you. I also have grown so much as a videographer, but also learning all the skills that comes within the media industry. I enjoy how much you have pushed all of us, even when things got hard. You continue to push us to be better because you knew we could be better. And it's not going to be the same without you, but I'm so grateful that I did get to meet you and will be able to have all these skills that you taught us. And you are somebody I will never forget. You are definitely one of my biggest role models.
Danke für die schöne Zeit mit dir, Tim. Ich wünsche dir alles Gute zu Hause in England. Tschüssi.
That's it from PCTV for today and for this semester. Thank you for watching and supporting our programs.
We hope you have a great summer. From all the team here, goodbye.
Goodbye.